The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about
Atomic Diesel?
That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with
Atomic Diesel.
Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how
Atomic Diesel
and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity. Why are New Year's resolutions always about getting to the gym more or dieting? We fail ourselves before the first month of the year is already over. Why not resolve to eat better, tastier foods in 2024? Look no further than Fuhrer's cheese spread. Stop eating your apples, vegetables, crackers, and chips plain. Give them some flavor. Fuhrer's cheese spread awakens your taste buds. Now that's how you start a new year. Find your container of Fuhrer's cheese spread today at your local grocery store.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's Pro Time Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, is playing in the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match on January 24th against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Be a part of history and visit supernovas.com to secure your single match tickets today.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, welcome into the Fitness Fanatics. It is Sunday, January 21st. Nicole's joining us a little late. She always says I do
rage clean.
That's what she's doing here in the ticket studio. She's frantically running around picking up all these papers
There's
that are
a lot of papers
all over the desk. And really what's going on, Harrison, is she's a little cranky. The Packers are out.
That's not why I'm cranky.
She was up till 10:30 p.m. last night watching this game. And so now
where was Jordan Love throwing that ball? There was no one close.
The script.
It was the script.
The script told them to throw the interception. And here we are.
Are you guys buying with the graphic that showed Ravens 49ers Super Bowl graphic? The one that you guys didn't see that?
We saw it, yeah.
Okay. I'm not buying into it.
I'm not buying into it either.
That's what poor losers say.
We were talking about this morning. I was like, for the people that think it is rigged, just maybe they should talk to Jay Foreman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like actual,
and I'm on green.
Right.
Yeah, I don't ever like buying that games are rigged. I always just think it's very, very, very hard to officiate these games at a perfection level. Every pro sport complains about the refs. At some point, it's just really hard. Why they don't put a chip in the ball? I'll say this much. Chain yard gang was way off.
That was
throughout the entire playoffs. The chain gang's been horrible.
That was so bad last night. Not that made any difference in the grand scheme of the game, but yeah. Why can't they have a chip in the ball?
It'd be so easy.
In the pylon.
I know. They got to figure it out in tennis. Real simple.
You can get on and ask a computer. You can say, computer, can you tell me a week-long meal plan? And I want 2,000 calories a day. I want 180 grams of carbs, 150 grams of protein, 60 grams of fat. Can you lay it out for me?
Does that math add up?
And this computer will just, here's your week-long meal plan, your grocery list. NFL, can we get something to see if the ball actually crossed the first down marker instead of having 3 guys just stumbling 40 yards across with the chain? It's just so archaic. It's unbelievable.
And just the arbitrary place that they put the football anyway. Like, was that really where the football was?
Yes.
There was a couple of those.
He just walks in like kind of at an angle. Oh, what? Oh, we're going to put it at this foot or that foot.
They walk like they're leaving the bar on their way to the spot the ball. They give the wide side-to-side step, so it's like, oh, I'm giving myself a little leeway here. Like, I'm tired of it. The Texans got that first down. The Ravens probably would have still won, but that was like 2 yards short of the marker. And I'm just tired of small stuff like that. When you're making that much money, you're pro league, you can't get that figured out.
I agree.
It's ridiculous.
They could just track like, oh, Tyreek Hill runs 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, we got all these NFL next gen stats, and they can't figure out the chains.
Just follow the ball, and it's like, we need to measure. Let's bring these chains out. Let's see if we can all run straight. And it's like, then it's like a millimeter off, and it's like, change possession. Yeah, like it's one little chain length, and you don't think somewhere they're just
at one point they used a credit card to figure out.
And they only have one chain, right? So if the ball's like on the opposite side of the field, instead of having 2 chains,
you got to go all the way across.
Or they could just go 1 foot over to measure. They got to run however wide the field is. They're just, it's just so bizarre.
It is.
It's something I've never understood.
It's so crazy. Like, figure this out.
You think it's just to keep the jobs? I don't know why.
Is that someone's job?
Yeah.
Okay, but it would also still be someone's job to analyze the data. Like, just get those people up in the booth.
You got to pay those guys more. I have no idea. I got no idea why.
Put a little laser in the first down markers on each side.
Well, it's almost like what they do with the TV.
Yeah.
Now you just put a chip in it. You have the first down markers already.
Or like you can have a build a fence for your dog that if the dog crosses the line, it gets shot, right? Can't you like have something where if any part of the ball
the line, like confetti comes out,
and I don't
sideline.
I don't get shocked if I walk across an invisible fence, right?
Because you're not. If you would,
if I had the collar on, but can't you like get something like that where it's like
once you cross that plane, it does something, triggers something,
yes,
not a shot.
Instead of having
obviously.
Like a marker just flat on the field.
I like my confetti idea.
The answer is yes. The question is why haven't they?
I know.
I don't know
because I don't believe at all that there's some really tough workaround that I'm just not thinking of.
I don't know.
Compared to everything else we've seen across all these other sports.
What do we know?
Those guys running across the field with that chain is just unbelievable.
It's kind of funny. It is funny on 2024.
Especially on these 4th downs. Like it's like a game's hanging in the balance. And we need to bring out a chain that's allegedly 10 yards in length. But it's like they just go off at half of an inch. They're like, if we have 3 people running the chain out, everybody's going to be in line. We got it.
Well, there's even been times too where it's just the times where like they put the chain down and you can see there's still some slack in it. And it's just like it happens way too much for a pro league.
They're just so dramatic too. Like they're just, here it goes.
Yeah.
It's so good. Oh, it was just.
Other than that, I've been okay with the officiating, but that to me, just the chain gang has been really bad. I don't know what that's about.
That's just unbelievable.
It is 2024. Who would have thought that's something we're still we're still trying to figure out is the chains.
Or like with the goal line too, like the ball crossing the plane of a goal line. Can't you like set it up so where it's like, oh yeah, it crossed here. Let's just go look at the video evidence. It just
seems worth your interest when your sport consists of a lot of pile-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Near the goal line.
That little the Jordan Love sneak, it's like you can't really see where the ball's supposed to be.
That one was like you didn't even know which hand he was holding the ball in, and that made all the difference.
Bird's eye view is kind of easy for us to see, but if you're on the refs, eye level, that's a tough read.
And then they place it down, and then who knows? It could have been ahead of the first down marker, but then the chain gang runs off, and they're moved a quarter of an inch to the left. Now it's not a first down by the chain. It's so mind-boggling.
It is funny though. I know exactly what you're talking about watching them when you can see it at times too when they're running out for that spot, like they're stepping side to side, kind of trying to see.
I mean, who can run in a straight line 40 yards straight without moving at all?
If it is scripted, it would make so much.
You pick your hash. So it's not like you got to run straight. You pick your hash on the one side, and that's the hash you're running to on the other. But it's still like not ideal because you're going off what is a total guess on what the spot is if it's a tough read. So it's bizarre.
What do we know?
And we'll probably see more of it today.
It's not getting fixed anytime soon. Sure. Yeah, we'll see plenty of it today.
Oh, it's crazy. Sure. All right. Okay. Well, so anyway, Nicole, she seems like she's doing okay now.
I was fine. There was just a lot of papers on the counter.
Cluttered.
Uh-huh.
So we
nothing to do with the Packers losing.
I was fine with that. I was fine. We weren't even supposed to be there. It was fine.
That's what I can't stand about your Packer fans. You guys make it to the playoffs and you're like, it's fine. Whatever. I don't care.
I know. Sorry. But I was really more mad that I had to stay up so late. But
well, how about the video? How about the video clip we had of Matt Dow from Nutrition Authority all in here relaxed with his 3 worry level that Dallas is going to lose the Packers. 3. I'm fine.
Yeah. I mean, I was with him. I was with him. I was very hyped to see the Packers lose.
He's like, they're going to score 35 points. Well, they did.
They scored 32.
Oh, they just gave up 48.
Yeah.
That's all.
I was technically right. I said the Packers need 28 points to win. They got well above 28. It was bizarre, though.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
So, no, I'm definitely not that. It was fine. It wasn't even like last week's game where I was just like that shocked emoji, the big eye emoji last week. This week I was just waiting for it to end up us not winning.
I'm just sad because there's only 5 games left.
Yeah,
then what are we going to talk about this first segment?
Transfer portal, right. Husker football. We'll find a way.
The draft.
Husker hoops has been pretty good.
We can always talk about the draft.
Yes.
See, I was wondering, like, being a Bears fan and all, like, and this is kind of how I've always justified this in my mind, is like, there's only one winner, right? So like, the Bears didn't win. I mean, who cares if they just didn't they didn't win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Packers didn't win the Super Bowl. And then now we look to next year and we're like, well, we got the number 1 pick and number 9 pick.
But when is the last time having a top 5 pick netted anything for the Bears?
A number 1 pick, actually. I did. Who was the last number 1 pick for the Bears?
That the Bears drafted number. I don't know when's the last time they actually drafted number 1.
If you get the number 1 overall pick, though, odds are you typically do better by pretty significant margin.
They're looking to get a quarterback with the number 1 pick. When does that ever end up being?
We can do some research. It typically goes well.
The big quarterbacks right now, they were not number 1 picks.
Yeah,
Mahomes was not a number 1 pick.
Well, Harrison and I know that very well.
I know.
So,
Josh Allen.
No. Look at you throwing names
wasn't
out
a number
there.
1 pick.
Lamar wasn't a number 1 pick.
I don't know if quarterback is the best choice for that number 1 pick. I mean,
2020
in general
was Joe Burrow.
Okay,
that worked out pretty well for him. 2019, Kyler Murray. You can argue. Pocket Hercules, Baker Mayfield.
No, he's going to. He's still around.
Jared Goff.
He's playing today.
Jameis Winston.
I'm just saying.
Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck's a weird one. Cam Newton.
He was in a Super Bowl.
Sam Bradford, Matthew Stafford.
It's probably a good choice for the Bears, but I'm just saying, when was the last time that's actually netted?
So I did kind of have a revelation this week with this whole Bears number 1 pick.
Okay.
And I waffle back and forth. Surprise. If anybody who knows me.
I'm
Oh
sure
my
Poles
gosh.
is waffling
I
back and
change
forth.
my
too.
mind every day.
There's a lot
Story of
options.
your life.
But I'm watching this. I'm watching CJ Stroud play, and he's a rookie, and he has a defensive head coach, and he has people he's playing with that before this season I've never heard of before.
Mhm.
Right? He's not like he has superstars he's out there playing with, and he's thrown like 3 picks this whole season. And they're in the playoffs, and they won the division, and they won a game. And here's our quarterback. Well, he just hasn't had enough time yet. I mean, he needs more weapons. He's going into. I mean, he's.
I'll say
started like
this
40
much
some
though.
games.
I like the coaching staff around Stroud and D'Amico Ryans a lot more than what I've liked around Fields.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I'm saying, if CJ Stroud's up in Chicago on that same timeline, I don't know if we're getting that CJ Stroud.
But sometimes the player needs to like do something.
That's disappointing about
like
that
you can't
Packers
throw
game.
me and as quarterback and be like, well, Jeff was on the Texans, he'd thrive, but if he's in Chicago, he's gonna stink.
It was the Packers game that really put questions and doubt for me.
Right.
Because that's the game where I'm looking at Justin Fields. It's like, if you want to be the future and the present, this is the game to say, this is my job. This is my franchise. I'm the QB franchise tag.
Yeah.
And terrible game.
So you're going new offensive coordinator. So
keeping Flus.
If they keep Fields and he stinks next year, it's like now you're just like, now the coach is going to be fired.
Yep.
And then here we are, continuous circle of just mediocrity.
Yeah.
I mean, is what we're in. So I'm almost kind of like leaning towards taking a quarterback right now.
I'm keeping Fields unless I'm going to wait and see what that pick can get me. If I'm getting like a lot back for it, like, yeah, I'm keeping Fields and we're going to roll it back. But you know, if I'm not seeing the offers that I like, yeah, I'm going to move on.
Well, dude, it's like yeah, he's making $5-6 million, but
you're gonna have a contract year coming up here too.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Get on a cheaper deal.
Reset the clock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll see. I'm glad I'm not the general manager. And then at the end of the day, we're putting all of our faith in Kevin Warren, who's botched the Big Ten season in 2020. And yeah, that's great. We're confident, aren't we?
Yeah, you are. I'll keep it at that. We'll
not.
See. The Bears franchise has to do something to give me consistent optimism. Not 1 week at a time. Give me like 3 weeks of consistent play that's getting better, and I'll start believing.
Just really haven't seen that.
I mean, we've seen that. I like polls. They're spending money. Like we did get rid of Claypool, which is a smart move. It was a disaster that turned out pretty well. You get DJ Moore
after they traded for their 2nd round pick for Claypool. Well, that was pretty good. And we just threw him away for like nothing.
The way they hosed the Panthers, I'll take that much. At least with polls, like we've had owners in the past that didn't spend any money. Like we at least now in a position where I shouldn't say owners, GMs, we're in a position where we can actually spend some money and make a run. We've been way too just complacent, not spending any money ever.
And then I'm watching the Ravens game and they show the owner, Steve Biscotti, right? He's up there, he's probably in his 50s, 60s. And I told Nicole and the kids, and I was like, the Bears owner is 100.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't even know what's happening right now. She's still the owner, right? I mean,
that's generational wealth.
It's just crazy. Finest. So our owner just doesn't really know what's going on.
I mean, she's part of a weird part of history too. Soldier Field was like a historical landmark under her watch.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a historical landmark anymore, but I think that contract just ended. But that's Soldier Field in itself is a whole anomaly.
A totally different scenario. I don't think that's the reason.
Well, who knows?
But I will say the most annoying part of the night last night.
Mm-hmm. What?
Was when the game was over and Jeff's like, I'm really sorry.
I was trying to console her.
I don't want the pity of a Bears fan. Like, I don't want your pity.
I was trying to be nice.
No, I was fine. I was just mad that I was still awake. It was very late.
Yeah,
I slept like a baby once the clock hit 0.
I slept fine. I mean, I got a good
We made
sleep.
it. We were up till 10:30. We survived. And I'm so glad the games are earlier today. It was great because the game would get over probably about 9. So that's good.
Yeah. What's the first one? 3 o'clock?
2.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Okay. I'll be
2.
here.
Yep. 2 and then 5:30.
That out.
5:30 kick in Buffalo.
Yeah, that's gonna be the game.
It's gonna be
Buffalo,
great.
Mahomes. I like it. I like the Bills. I'm going Bills all the way.
What's the script say? Who's winning now?
Yeah, I don't know what the script says.
I think the script says either or is going to be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
I think this is going to be a
It's gonna
non-scripted game. I don't think you really need to add anything to it. You got 2 elite QBs. Yeah, I'm saying this. I don't think it's scripted ever.
I don't either. I'm being
And our kids,
sarcastic.
are they waffle on who they want to face.
I
next week.
waffle about that too because I really
you got a Ravens
do.
fan, that's right.
I know. I really do want to see the Ravens and Chiefs play. I want to see Mahomes and Jackson play against each other. They never have.
But you also want to see get it. This is kind of like the Bills' time.
Yeah.
And I've seen Josh Allen in person, just right down the street at Memorial Stadium when he threw
when he's
5
at Wyoming?
picks. Threw 5 interceptions right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of cool. But yeah,
I
so
also
the kids
wouldn't
are
be sad if the Chiefs got knocked out of the playoffs this week.
the kids are up in the air. They're just they waffle like me.
Just Ravens. Just hoping for the Ravens.
Just full football fans in general. That's what we do.
Yeah, we
I think.
waffle. Well,
All right.
we actually have some fitness
I know. I really let you guys
health
take over on that, but
and wellness to talk about today. We have 2 guests that'll be joining us here in the next segment, Kirsten and Kane Olson. Kane was with us a little over a year ago in December because he won his 10-week challenge last December, won the $1,000 at Farrell's, and him and Kirsten have just got done. They just completed their annual national challenge for Farrell's last month. They wrapped it up, so we wanted to get them on the show as they have done fantastic, awesome results, awesome jobs. So we want to get them in here and talk about their journey over the last year, 14, 15 months, because it's pretty awesome story that they have. So they're going to be joining us here when we get back from break. We wrapped up week 2 of our winter 10-week challenge. All of our members, we survived blizzards, snow squalls. We survived and minus 20-degree temperatures all in the last week.
Still pushing.
So Harrison, when we had the snow squall, what were you up to? Were you driving to the station during the snow squall?
Turn my mic off. Yes, I was driving on the way up. Luckily, snow squall wasn't too bad. I got here. I had to Google what a snow squall was. I didn't realize it's like a hurricane of snow.
Did you see the analytics? So if you look up the analytics of snow squall, Google search results in Nebraska, and it jumped by like 100%. It was like no one was ever cared about a snow squall. And then like within 10 minutes, it was like 1 million people, not 1 million, but it was pretty funny to look at the Google analytics, the amount of people who Googled what a snow squall was, which is funny because all you had to do was look out the window and be like, oh yeah, that's.
Yeah, but I mean, like you wouldn't know.
Yeah. No, I know.
Did you guys know what it was?
I feel like we've had them in Iowa.
I'd never heard of it.
Or Iowa's had them before. I've heard of it, but it was wild. And then it was like over.
It's an hour. I guess it's just a really strong cold front that starts swirling around almost like a hurricane.
It was so cool.
And then your visibility is nothing.
Yeah, nothing. And then like literally just boom. And it was fine. You could see I was out at Yankee Ridge and we have a pretty good view. And it was kind of wild. But I didn't Google it.
I'm glad I wasn't on the
analytics was pretty cool about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's tough. I guess it's a pretty sudden thing too. So thank God, hopefully if you're out there driving, you were safe.
Until it's there.
Mm-hmm. It was just for me getting to the gym, going down 70th was just backed up. I mean, a 15-minute drive, 14-minute drive took me 35 minutes.
That sounds about right. The visibility was non-existent. Apparently, that's what happens in a squall.
So next time we will be prepared.
Mm-hmm. Well, you won't be prepared because you don't know what's happening until it's happening.
We'll just have to hunker down like a tornado. You don't run outside for a tornado. You hunker down.
We all run outside for tornadoes in the Midwest.
Where is it?
Yeah.
I'd probably die in a tornado if one actually hit our neighborhood because I'd be just
looking out the window.
I would be downstairs.
That's how I was raised. So I was part of the Grand Island tornadoes in 1980. And the night of the Twisters. He probably doesn't.
Nah, those the only famous tornadoes are the double twin tornadoes over Scribner. What is it, Scribner?
I don't know.
There was actually
Nebraska people know what I'm listening to.
Yeah, we're not from here.
Sorry, Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Everyone knows. I mean, it was insane.
There was a movie,
massive tornadoes.
Yeah,
there was a movie about this called Night of the Twisters that was about tornadoes in Grand Island, Nebraska in 1980.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was there.
You have a news article about it.
I don't remember anything about it because I was only 2, but I was there.
Maybe not even 2 yet.
I lived through
depending
it.
on when it was.
And then we moved to Iowa after. We're getting out of this town. Too many
right.
tornadoes. All right, we're going to go to break. We'll be back. Hopefully our guests
They're
are
here.
arrived.
Do you have
All right.
eyeballs? I mean,
Well,
they're here.
I do have eyeballs,
Okay.
but I can't see from my angle.
All right.
All right. So we'll be back with Kirsten and Kane Olsen. They will be joining us in studio. Don't go anywhere. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Happy New Year's!
U-Stop is starting 2024 off on the right foot, and you can too.
For every gallon sold on Tuesdays in January, U-Stop will donate 2 cents of every gallon sold to the Lead Center for the Performing Arts.
The Lead Center has provided Lincoln with the best entertainment and educational opportunities for the youth in our community.
I just got done with my first singing class. You stop at you stop.
Giving back is as easy as filling up on Tuesdays.
You stop at you stop.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round. And their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
It's Pro Time Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, is playing in the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match on January 24th against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Be a part of history and visit supernovas.com to secure your single match tickets today.
Old School with DP and J.
DPGM. What are you going to do to Caleb Williams? What are you going to do? You going to draft him?
No.
You're not going to draft him?
No, I don't. Here's my thing. I don't want anybody to know. I'm not going to bring poison into my program because that's what it would be. He's letting you know he's poison. He's venom. Why would I put poison in my own soup?
Maybe you think you're a mongoose. You can't.
I have zero.
You're a mongoose. You can take the Cobra venom.
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to Fitness Fanatics. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We're actually going to talk about fitness stuff now.
Yes, finally.
Our sports conversation is over. I don't think our two guests are big sports buffs at all, right?
I didn't think so.
Okay, so we won't be heading down any sports roads for the next 90 minutes. Unless we get any breaking news that, then we'll chime in. But all right, so we're joined in studio by Kane and Kirsten Olson. And they look a little tired this morning. You guys, we had to get you out of bed early.
Pretty early. Or have you been to sleep yet?
No, I didn't work last night.
Talking to the mic.
I didn't work last night.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm existing.
Okay. Well, welcome. Glad you guys decided, or I'm glad that you're here with us.
Mhm.
Before we get into your Farrell's journey, literally life-changing journey over the last year and 3 months, just want to get to know you guys a little bit better. Kane, you were on with us in December of 2022 because you were the $1,000 winner of the fall of 2022 10-week challenge, which was pretty awesome. And then Kirsten, you did the same challenge as Kane, but you weren't the winner.
No.
Now when he got that $1,000, was it just kind of like, was it yours or was it his?
In general, it was kind of like something we kind of like planned around whether one of us won.
What you were going to do.
We were
with
going to
it.
spend it the same way either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were planning a wedding at that time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, which we'll get into that
Yeah.
here and when we get through. That's big part of your guys' journey.
Mhm.
So Kane, I want to know kind of where you went to school, where you grew up. Did you do any sports growing up, anything like that?
Well, we both went to Southwest High School growing up, and that's kind of where we met. Was at the Zoo School program, the Science Focus program.
Okay.
For sports, though, I was a lot of people don't really count it as a sport, but I did trap shooting growing up.
That's a big sport
It's a
now,
huge
though.
sport,
yeah, I feel like it's kind of
Do you know what
growing.
would happen if I tried to trap shoot? I didn't even know what trap was until like a year ago.
Just because we had members that had kids. in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like, we have a trap meet. And I was like, trap meet?
Yeah.
That's a track? No, trap. But
It's like an Olympic sport. isn't
yeah,
it?
well, yeah. So, no, that is absolutely a
That's
sport.
cool.
I
I've
wouldn't-
never been trap shooting.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we like to call people the average Jeff because I'm like really don't know much of anything outside of football.
Mhm.
So for our listeners that aren't familiar with trap, what is trap? Because I don't even really know. So what's trap shooting?
So you got a squad of 5 that sits up at different ranges of away from a yard line from a trap house where they shoot clay pigeons, and then you have your 12 gauge shotgun trying to hit these pigeons going in random directions. Clay pigeons, they're little clay discs.
So for the average Jeff, it's like duck hunt.
I was just thinking
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
Duck Hunt from Nintendo, and
Yeah.
I just had the
Uh-huh. That's what it is,
so
basically.
about 10 feet from the television.
I mean, that's what duck hunt is, not what trap.
But we were shooting real ducks in Duck Hunt.
That's true. But do you know what a clay pigeon looks like, Jeff?
They're those little orange discs.
They're just circles.
Hold on,
It's
you
just
didn't
a
know
circle.
that?
No, I knew.
was
I
actually-
set him up because I knew he
I
wouldn't know
was
it.
literally actually thinking like
They're
does it just
mechanical
look like a
pigeons.
pigeon.
That's a point off a
pigeon.
man card.
I
there.
set you up
Listen,
because I knew he
you
didn't
guys,
know.
I am a city. Like I grew up in the city. I literally I don't think I've shot in a gun one time
Shotton.
or whatever. Like yes, I mean I just was never around that. We didn't have trap shooting.
You weren't your family weren't hunters by any means. Or,
No,
yeah.
so I'm just like I'm literally I have no you asked me what a clay pit, and in my mind I was like
I know that's why I said
she
ask.
set me up for
I did.
She set me up for embarrassment.
I did.
So
I knew you
Kane,
could handle
I
it.
know you're just newlywed still, so this is what you have to look forward to.
No, I knew you could handle it.
But no, I actually thought it was maybe a pigeon.
No, it's like a little clay disc.
You deserve that one.
clay
That
disc.
is.
Mhm.
That
I mean,
surprises
it's a
me.
fair assessment. I thought it was like a clay pigeon first
See?
time too, but
Yeah.
I was also like 16.
Okay,
Listen,
so-
Jeff will do anything for a laugh. I knew that it would land well, but he didn't know. It was-
So okay,
yeah.
so you're on the Southwest Trap team. How was the team? Like, were you guys good?
Yeah.
State.
Well, there's a lot of teams here in town, so it depends on what part of the city you're from. But I think a lot of people from Southwest would say we were, best or second best.
Okay. So how does the scoring work for this? Like, it's just how many you shoot and like.
So there's individuals and squad shooting. Normally in like varsity or your high school teams, they'll try to make sure that people who shoot consistently well, not just once or twice doing good, but consistently, they'll put them all on the same squad. So that way the squad itself has a better chance of scoring and getting into, the range of, winning awards. But the individual, you shoot 25 or 50, depending on the tournament. And then it's out of how many you actually hit for the target. If you miss or you misfire, then you don't get a point for that round.
I don't
Pretty
think
straightforward.
If I went out to trap shoot, I don't think I would hit one.
I mean, I don't think I could either.
Out of 1,000.
When I've ever shot a gun, I've always shot stationary targets. I've never shot a moving target with a gun.
What kind of guns are those that you use for trap shooting?
12 gauge.
Okay.
12 gauge. Yeah.
Which makes it
I'd
even
be struggling.
harder. Yeah, makes it harder.
I started. You'll see some of these people at all these tournaments and such, carrying around these like $2,000, $2,500 guns, and throughout my entire trap shooting career, I just had like a $300 like field gun, not meant for trap at all. It was a semi-automatic, and I had to have this little trap shell catcher because every time I shot, I'd eject a shell. You got in pretty big trouble if your shell was hitting the person next to you.
You had to catch it, or just we have a little thing up there that just stops it.
Yeah.
Oh, when you're saying everybody had all these expensive guns, I was thinking, did you have a gun from like 1800? We're just passed down from generation to generation.
That would be cool.
This is what you like, a musket you're trying out there.
I had a Remington 1100, which is not the newest, the best.
It's like a vintage classic, maybe. At the
pretty good gun, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Now, Kirsten, were you in sports at all?
I played soccer on and off, and then when I got to high school, it was one of those things where I wasn't good enough for a team, so I just didn't.
Me either, except I was in soccer, but that's because they needed players, and we were 0 and
So you
12.
two were the soccer stars.
Yeah.
No.
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 I was a roster filler, is what I was.
I couldn't even make roster filler.
Your school was a lot bigger than mine. You probably graduated. Your graduating class was probably bigger than my entire high school. So that
Southwest,
yeah.
definitely. Zoo school, not so much.
Yeah. My school, I had 98 people in my graduating class.
Bigger than zoo school.
So yeah.
We were the no cut schools.
Yep.
Like you went out, you're on the team.
Yeah.
And sometimes I wish I would have gotten cut because I think it would have been more. I think it would have been
tried harder.
Less embarrassing for me to be cut than to have to go out at halftime of a basketball game.
Were you embarrassed though? Were you? Because it takes a lot to
kind
embarrass
of.
you. So I can't even imagine you would be embarrassed to do that. Like, I don't know.
I was the halftime entertainment.
Well, I know.
Like, just not go out for the team. That's what I should have done.
Well, you still did, and you still showed up. You could have dropped it.
I did, and if had I not done that, we wouldn't have these stories to share on the
True.
radio.
Builds That's character. True. Yep.
Builds character.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep.
So, what did you guys do like after
high school?
Yeah, so you met in high school.
Yes, freshman. I think we were 13 in
my gosh,
August of 2014.
Yep. Yep. We met when we were 13, and rest is kind of history from there.
That's right. So, what'd you guys do after high school? I mean, I know you're kind of still in it a little bit.
Yeah. We both went to Southeast Community College for a little while. He graduated from Southeast Community College with an associate's, and then I got real tired of talking to my counselor and them telling me the same thing but in a different way, and then them still putting me in the wrong classes. So I ended up switching to Wesleyan, and I graduated with a bachelor's of English from Wesleyan.
Okay, and you go ahead. You're gonna say something.
Yeah, and then recently I just went back and this last year got my bachelor's degree from Western Governors University.
Okay,
So,
awesome.
great school for people looking for night classes. So.
Yeah. And Kirsten, so
That's
you work in Bryan, right?
Yeah, I work at Bryan, and
Okay.
then I also work at Southwood Lutheran Church.
Okay. What do you do at Bryan?
I'm currently a patient care technician, so I work the floor, taking care of people, helping out mostly. I work in the middle of the night, so
Okay.
if you ever have someone standing over you in the middle of the night, it's likely me.
Watching.
Yeah. Counting your breath.
Yeah.
That's
It's not weird at
interesting.
all. It's my job.
Exactly.
Our daughter works at Bryan. Also,
Mhm.
I don't know if you work at Bryan East.
I work at West.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, she doesn't work nights, so
Well, that's
their
true.
paths would never cross.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. We have so many people from Bryan that do ferals.
Yeah.
And Katie will be like, somebody will walk by and like, oh, are your parents Jeff and Nicole?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yep. No, it's normal for her.
And what do
Sure.
you do, Kane?
I just started a new job as a systems administrator. That's a IT type position.
Okay.
At Westgate Bank. So exciting.
All
Very
right.
cool.
Any before you guys like before you guys started ferals, like did you try any other fitness things, or were you just kind of like, oh, we're focusing on school and that type
Kirsten's
of
done
thing?
ferals before.
Yeah, I did ferals when I was like 15 though. So I don't know
Yeah.
if that really counts because I was kind of forced to do that.
Yeah, it counts. It does count though, because that's kind of an important thing, because we talk about that with our members who have their kids join them.
Mhm.
And it's always like, yes, kids can do the program, but you kind of need to know if it's a right fit for your family and for your child. And are they going to want to be there? Is it going to be a positive experience for them? Or is it going to be something that they don't want to do? And it sounds like you didn't want to do it necessarily.
Well, I also
the
did
first
it like
time.
I also did it by myself.
Yeah.
Like my parents
Okay,
weren't
yeah.
there, my siblings weren't there, and then every time we'd go to like eat or whatever, my mom would be like, "Oh, let's get McDonald's or let's go
Yeah, that
get
can
this."
be
So
hard.
there was never like the nutrition aspect, and when I did try, there just wasn't stuff at my house to
Yeah, that
actually
can be
have
really
that.
hard.
And
It's
yeah.
tough.
Yep,
So
that can be hard.
this time around, having Kane there and having that support was a lot easier to get through it. But even like before that, we were off and on going to Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
It's hard to do it on your own.
yeah, it
I
wasn't
know.
something that like really was able to be stuck with.
Whenever I have parents that ask about their kids, I'm always like, are you going to do it with them?
Yeah, I think that's an important part
Because
of it.
that's, to me, it's like, we have kids that come and work out in the gym. Like our members love seeing that. Like we have
Mhm.
we have a father daughter, Jaron and his daughter Maddie, that go to 6 p.m. at Meadow Lane, and she's 12.
Mhm.
And the other members just love having her in class. It's so cool just to kind of see that bonding between
Mhm.
your child and you. And with our kids, they kind of grew up in ferals too, and now our daughter's she goes every day and works out, and so it's kind of like this planting the seeds. Like you had that
Mhm.
seed planted when you were 15, even though you're like,
It wasn't necessarily
I don't
the
wanna do this.
ideal scenario.
And we've
but-
even had kids, like we had a kid in Altoona once that his mom,
Well, she did not do it with
nope,
them.
she didn't do it. She dropped him off, and he was going into the military. Like he was right. He was
Yes.
getting ready to go in the military.
Yeah.
So during
Also, probably
classes-
not his choice.
Yeah, probably not his choice either. Because in class, he just disappear. Like
He came
go-
for a long time
you go in
and
the
worked
bathroom.
out a little bit, and then he would just spend the whole class time in the bathroom.
Right.
We also had a kid once that would sleep in his car. Remember that? It was a brother. It was two brothers, and the younger brother would just stay in the car. So if your kids don't want to do it, don't force them to do it, because they will find a way to waste your money, basically.
Hide
And
out in the bathroom
yeah.
for 45 minutes.
I know. And it's awkward because we're just like, well, you're okay, but you're not our child. That's hard. So
I've
I
had
don't
those
know.
conversations with the mom.
Yeah.
And asking.
But some kids are very independent and are fine on their own, but you
Yeah.
have to know what they're signing up for, what they're getting into. They have to be invested in it. And I think that's
Right.
the difference a lot of times. You know,
Yes,
if the
yes.
parent signs their kid up because they just think like, oh, this is going to magically fix all of their problems, but then you don't get the support at home, or you're not, then that can make it a
That's what the
negative experience.
adults think when they join too.
Well, that's true. Don't we
This
all?
is just going to magically change my life.
Don't
because
we
I
all?
signed up and paid for a membership. I
know.
But now I actually have to do some work for
Yeah,
this.
I know.
So it kind of goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
The parents and the kids. But all the kids that do ferals, they typically just have a good time. And it's,
Yeah, we have a lot of success stories too about
yes,
kids in
yes,
barrels.
yes, yes. Like Amy and their son Zach.
Mhm.
They come and Brian comes, so their whole family comes and works out together. You might have seen them. They go to 4:30.
Well, and Kirsten's sister did the
Oh, yeah.
session over the week. That was always fun. That was fun to see you
I don't know
guys.
how she got up that early to go. Because now she's like 9 a.m. She's like, I don't even want to go to school.
Yeah, it was still fun. It's fun to see families.
Yeah,
kind of encourage each other, just kind of have fun. It doesn't always have to be about hitting your level 10 all the time, especially when it's kind of a family thing. You're having
Mhm.
fun. It's something you're doing to be active and
Yep.
spend time together, which is kind of nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to kick it to break here. We'll be right back for our short segment here with Kirsten and Kane on the Fitness Fanatics 93.7 The Ticket.
Vershawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relief. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and the station.
It's fishing season. Bad actors are trolling your business emails, luring you and your employees to take the bait and steal your private information. Make sure your cybersecurity keeps your business from being the catch of the day. At Hamilton, cybersecurity is our business. We are experts at keeping your network and business information secure and off the hook. Contact Hamilton for a vulnerability assessment today. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
It's Pro Time Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, is playing in the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match on January 24th against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Be a part of history and visit supernovas.com to secure your single match tickets today.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. 8934 HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station. Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. We just got a quick segment here for you. We were just kind of talking off air about these two started, as they mentioned in the first segment, started dating when they were 13. So we were educating them, Nicole and I were, on
back in our day,
how dating went, right? So
because I was 16 when we started dating,
and this was before cell phones and like our kids now, like they Snapchat and they
we lived like 30 miles away from each other too. We didn't go to the same school.
It wasn't 30 miles away.
Well, Altoona and Waukee are 30 miles apart.
Well, I didn't live in Altoona.
Was it like half-hour drive?
You lived in Waukee and I lived in Carlisle.
No. Well, you said Altoona.
I'm just saying I know that Altoona is 30 miles away from Waukee.
See what the newlyweds have to look forward to?
It really just kind of sounds like you're saying that you like walked 30 miles in the snow to hang out.
We did.
It felt like
I had to drive through downtown Des Moines to see Jeff. Oof.
No, we were saying because
I'm gonna map quest it.
You got to text speak. You were able to text and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
it was
for
a joke.
us. I would call her house and her dad answers, and we didn't have portable phones either. They were on the wall with the cords. You had to go in the different rooms and stuff. And I'd say, "Well, is Nikki home?" "No, she's not here." Well, then I couldn't go look to see where she's at, or or find out. So it could be like, "Do you know when she's going to be home?" "No." And then that was it. I hung up the phone and literally had no idea what was going on in her life. Yeah. And now it's like our kids, "Oh, where's Andy at?" "Oh, he's right here." Like Katie could keep tabs on him.
They have Life 360 on each other so they can see where they're at.
Where are they at right
28
now?
miles, just so you know.
Personally, I think Life 360 is a little creepy. But
So
to be
I'm
fair,
with
I
you.
used to call Kane's home phone because he had a home phone.
Okay.
So that was a thing that I did do. So I do know about that one.
Yeah, I remember calling Jeff's home phone and Jeff's dad being like, "It's too late. Jeff can't talk on the phone."
It's too late.
I'm like, no wonder I hate making phone calls now.
Now we don't even know when our kids go to bed.
No.
We're in bed at 8 o'clock. I don't know what time Ben goes
But
to
yeah,
bed.
it was a different time back then. But they also went to school together, so they got to see each other at school all day.
Yeah.
Which that was not our experience. You had actually graduated high school when we started dating.
Yeah, and you always say if we would have went to school together, we wouldn't have been together.
Absolutely not.
I was the gym nerd. Like I tried at gym.
The MVP.
The MVP of PE class.
PE. Mm-hmm.
And Nicole was the one where it's like, this is stupid.
You were the kid that tried too hard.
And I'd be like, let's go.
You would have hated me too.
I know.
I know.
You're like, don't pick this girl here. She's just gonna stand there and not even try to win this.
Nope.
So it's kind of a good thing we didn't go to school together.
It is. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. But it was a different time.
As Coach Bill Bush would say, better times.
I don't know. Yes
Where
and no.
our life was more simple back then,
Yes, that is true.
right?
For sure. Yes.
I don't know. I was kind of a jealous boyfriend. Like if we would have had like that live 360
Life.
or
but
whatever. What did I say? Live?
But that, I
Life?
mean, it could have been that too.
I would have been just, where's she at?
You would have. I was never
Here we
anywhere I
go.
wasn't supposed to be.
I'm going over here right now. Like, I can't imagine like our parents being able to look at our grades on a daily basis.
No, that would have been bad.
Like now.
Yeah.
I know.
Like it was just like,
Ben is late for one class in one day, and we get a phone call, a text message, and an email.
yeah.
That he was tardy to class. I'm like, ooh, I would have been in trouble a lot.
I mean, I like it.
I do too,
as a parent, but as a kid, oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine that. I remember one year I failed every single semester test. I just got an F in every single one of them. But back then at Waukee, it was if you passed the first semester or the first quarter and the second quarter,
it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
Yeah.
You had to pass 2 of the 3. So I'd passed every quarter. Then I just failed every single test. So my report card was just F, 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 F. But you know what? My parents never saw the report card.
You just had to check the mail
because
before
I
they
went
did.
and picked it up at the school. Yeah. And then they never asked. So
I know.
Like they didn't really care.
That was
is
a
nice.
better time.
Yeah, that was better times as kids.
Yes.
So I couldn't imagine having that stuff when I was that age. But anyway.
I know. Our kids are better than us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to go to break. When we get back, we're going to get into their Farrell's journey and talk really more in depth about the last year and how that went for these guys. So we'll be right back on Fitness Fanatics 93.7 The Ticket.
The Mill Coffee and Tea inside our 93.7 The Ticket studio is now open 7 days a week. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday and Sundays, you can enjoy burritos, cinnamon rolls, fresh brewed coffee, delicious tea, or even their coffee and cream ale. Sold exclusively at the Ticket Mill location. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the weekends. Right here at 1040 O Street in downtown Lincoln.
It's pro time, Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, are about to hit the court. Mark your calendars for January 24th at 7 p.m. when we host the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Witness world-class talent, including national champions and Olympians. Don't wait. Secure your single match tickets today at supernovas.com. and become a part of history.
Who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
So he can maybe run. So like speed option, those things. All you want to do.
Speed. I can't see much.
It's also. Oh, it's.
Uh-oh.
Look what you did. Look what you did. Look at Bill.
Down.
Come on
Just
now.
calm down.
I don't say anything about semicolons or should there be a
Word
parentheses or
Too many commas over there.
Too many
Come on.
run-on sentences. Don't talk about that. It's not my wheelhouse.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
Okay, welcome back in Fitness Fanatics. It's hour number 2. Want to give a shout out to our sponsor, which I failed to do in the first segment.
You need to put a post-it note on your computer.
It's 2 weeks in a row. Wait till the second hour.
You didn't forget.
Well, I feel like maybe more people are listening the second hour.
We do actually peak the second hour.
See?
So good time.
It was by design.
All right. Well, that's because they know the first hour is just a bunch of gibberish.
All right, let's see.
And then we
get sad Bears fans try to fix their future.
Although we did have a lot of people talk about what
the spoon.
What did she call it?
Give you guys slack
Spoon
for how
apocalypse.
uninteresting that was, and apparently I was dead wrong.
You
Apparently
were.
the spoon is very important for people.
That was a big thing, and it
We had a
almost
lot of people talk about that last
because
week.
I think some like couples, like even just when Nicole and I were just bickering a little bit today, you could just see the glow in Kirsten's eyes, like, ooh, these guys are arguing. Like, I think other couples like to see other couples arguing about just like piddly things, like these stupid things, like
pettiness of marriage.
Petty, yeah.
Mhm.
So, like one of our members, Helen was like, "Oh, we were just," or no, Barb Peterson.
Yeah.
Was like, "Oh, Bob and I were just laughing." Laughing. It was just so funny, and I was like, maybe we should have a separate podcast where we talk about just like our week and like little things and like a marriage thing, because we've been married 25 and a half years. Like we've learned a few things.
I don't think we've
years.
learned anything, but
I think we're like, for like us we're like normal gym owners, right? We're like normal everyday people that struggle with food and sometimes struggling out with motivation. So we're like everybody else because we're not special.
Right.
So we kind of have like a we're not special marriage also.
No, yeah, that's true.
Like
that's
we're not
true.
special.
Right.
We have stupid things we
argue about.
Just dumb things that people can relate to, right? They can relate to us with our fitness and eating nutrition struggles. They can relate to us in our marriage because it's like the spoon.
We're not special.
Yeah. We're not special. We're just normal.
I can't wait for the day, Harrison, that it'll be a long time from now, but there will be a day that this comes back and you're just going to be like, oh, I'm Jeff and Nicole old now. Oh,
I hope I just
and then
go
you'll
buy
look
new
at the
spoons.
calendar and you'll be in your 40s and you'll be like, yep, absolutely. Yeah, I made it.
By then we'll have teenage grandchildren.
All right.
Okay.
On to our
All right,
sponsor.
so Fitness Fanatics is sponsored by Integrative Life Choices. ILC is hiring direct support professionals all over the state of Nebraska, full-time, part-time days, evenings, and weekends. If you're interested, you can apply at ilc.net/careers. Direct support professionals work to ensure a meaningful life for the people they support. They work to support people in achieving their hopes and dreams. So big shout out to ILC. Wishing Becky a speedy recovery. Just had a little medical incident.
She's home.
Okay,
now.
she's home.
Yeah.
Good. So she's listening.
On the mend.
Glad you're feeling better, and hopefully we'll see you back at the gym this week.
Mhm.
All right, so want to get into because if you guys not made the decision to start Farrell's in the first place, you wouldn't be here a year later.
You'd get to sleep in today.
Yeah, you'd be sleeping in. But you
I'd
guys
be
would-
regretting my life choices
You-
right now.
you guys wouldn't be 170 pounds lighter
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
together. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the ending point. So what was it that you two decided to start Farrell's in the fall of 2022?
I was sitting in a class that I probably should have been paying attention to, and found an ad on Brian's Hello page and sent it to him in a picture as a joke and was like, "We should do this." And he goes, "Absolutely, we should."
That's
yes.
right.
Were you serious or you being sarcastic?
Well, for a month before that, I had decided like, oh, we're getting married next year. I probably should try to fit into something that is reasonably priced and not,
Mhm.
custom
Yeah.
plus size.
Sure.
So I'd started dieting or attempting to diet.
Meal prepping mostly.
Meal prepping mostly.
Mhm.
Not doing so hot.
So what did attempting to diet look like for you?
Meal
Like,
prepping.
what were you meal prepping?
Well,
like a slice of pizza a
Effectively,
day?
yeah.
Yeah.
3 slices a day for 7
meal
days.
prep can go a lot of ways.
I need 3 larges.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little taco and a shooter of tequila. I've
Yep.
seen that too. Meal,
Meal
prep. I know. So what did your novice meal prep look like?
I can't quite remember what it was. I think was it mac and cheese?
I think it was mostly like mac and
Yeah.
cheese.
So it was like an entire brick of Velveeta and pasta, regular pasta.
Yeah.
And I'd make like 6 servings out of that and be like, "Yep, that's a great lunch.
Well,
Gonna
I mean,
fill me up
if
fine."
Jeff could portion control mac and cheese, you could probably fit mac and cheese into your day pretty easily. But you want to, that's the portion control. But
yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
mac and cheese
that's
was
awesome.
one.
Yeah.
I think it was really just a month of mac and cheese.
It pretty much was. I think it was a month of
With-
mac and cheese and then sandwiches. Like,
Yeah.
not even good sandwiches either.
So was it Kraft mac and
Not
cheese?
if it had a brick of
No,
Velveeta.
No,
It was
like
homemade mac and
like
cheese.
Velveeta and just an entire box of noodles. Like
And
That's
was
Jeff's
there
mac and
was there butter in this?
no, just
Just
a brick of
noodles and
Velveeta.
cheese.
Sometimes bacon or ham or something in it.
Well, you had to get a little extra protein in there.
Yeah, that's right.
Throw protein in there with bacon.
Yeah. Okay.
Because sometimes, like when I make mac and cheese, I think like, my God, this is one of the most unhealthiest things I can
Your
eat.
mac and cheese is very
Butter,
unhealthy. Yeah.
Velveeta,
There's nothing healthy about it.
all beef.
That's why we
Oscar Mayer
only
hot
have it on
dogs.
holidays, basically.
Okay, so
that
yeah.
was your attempt to start to change your eating habits.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was trying to follow what I did in high school. When
Okay. Yeah.
Don't do
when I
what
was-
don't do what he did in high school.
So-
do not. Do
We
it.
can get away with a lot of stuff in high school.
What I did in
No.
high school is I'd bring a raw potato and I'd poke holes into it and then I'd throw it into our school microwave. And that was my lunch.
That no. That's
breakfast.
all you ate all day long, and then he'd go to the gym for like 2 hours.
So how did a potato turn into mac and cheese then?
I
You were
don't
just
know.
like carbs and carbs. I one
That's right.
serving of
Wow.
carbs, I'll have another serving of carbs.
He has a little more money, I think, now, so he could
Add the
upgrade
cheese.
from just the potato,
Yeah.
where you could get a big bag for probably $3 or $4.
True.
So now he could afford to buy the brick of Velveeta, which is probably like $6.
It's
more-
expensive now.
at the
more
time.
expensive
Yeah, a little
now.
more expensive.
Okay, so Kirsten sent it as a joke, but then Kane, you were like, "No, I think we should do it."
I was like, that. There's no way that we can't do this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
So, I
no.
mean, we gotta go for it.
I think I texted Jeff that same day and was like, we
Ooh.
should probably like get some information before we actually jump in head first.
Yeah.
And Kane was like, no, I don't need any information. I'm going for it.
Well, that's
Alright.
awesome.
Yeah.
But now, were you trying to win?
No.
I didn't think I had a chance.
Okay.
I really did think that Katie was a shoo-in
Mhm.
for it.
Yeah.
That's me, by the way. He calls me Katie. It's the nickname.
I was literally like, in my mind,
Yeah.
in
right.
my mind, I was like trying to think, do we have a Katie in the 10-week challenge? Was she a finalist? I was literally going back to think about that.
That was your
It was
mind
me.
was working
me.
very quickly.
It was. I was processing.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I was just wondering. I didn't think so. I didn't think you were. Those are kind of my favorites. Is when people win, but they just follow the program and they are surprised by it, which I like that a lot. I
Mhm.
feel like when people win that way, they're more successful in the long run too, because you're doing things to set you up for future success too, not just like short term kind of success. So you guys started your session. So how did your meal prep change once you started Farrell's?
Do you want to cover your meal prep?
Oh, my meal prep?
Yeah.
Are you talking about like what I try to make or what you try to make? Because you started off. Like I just went to the store. I found stuff that was like higher in protein. We found a lot of TikToks.
Yeah, you
TikTok
guys
saved
did
us
a lot of recipes and
I
stuff.
think for 3 months straight, I had chili every day for lunch.
Okay,
which
first
is
of all.
fine. I will eat the same thing
Mhm.
every day
That's
for
how
a
I
month
am.
at a time.
Yeah.
But
First of all, it was only 8 weeks, so don't even.
so only 2 months.
That's awesome. Yeah. But chili can be healthy though. You know, you can fit chili into your macros.
Mhm.
That's an
Can,
upgrade
yes.
from mac and cheese.
Yeah, it's a big
It's an
upgrade.
upgrade
Yeah.
from Velveeta and noodles.
Yes.
Other than that, my kind of go-to meal prep now is there's this bread at Sam's Club that I have nicknamed Magic Bread. I have no idea what the
Oh.
brand name is.
Oh, well,
Nature
that's
Made.
not very helpful.
Na-
Okay.
Nature
Nature
Made?
Made. It's like 35 calories a slice, like 10 carbs, and like 6 grams of
6
protein.
grams of
Is
protein.
it their keto one?
No, it's not.
No,
keto.
it's not. Okay, because our daughter buys one that's keto. It's not keto. It's just high in fiber. But it's that same brand. But
It's also this one is crazy high in fiber.
Okay.
But
It's probably the same one.
then it probably is. It's not keto in the sense. Okay, just for our listeners too, when you see something that says keto on a label, you really have to look at the nutrition facts, because that could either mean high fat or it could mean high protein high fiber to counter those carbs.
Yeah.
And normally in like breads, that's what that means. It's just high fiber. It doesn't mean it's necessarily high in fat. And I think that's a good choice sometimes for a lower calorie version of your food, because technically your body doesn't digest those carbs for fiber. So that's just a side note. But I think that's the bread that our daughter has too. I didn't know they had it at Sam's Club though.
Yeah,
we
you can
we
get
buy
like a
it
bag
in
of 2.
bags
Okay.
of 2,
Good
and
to
I
know.
eat probably half the bag for lunch each day. I have like 6 sandwiches every day.
I can attest. I just made 6 sandwiches for him to go to work after this.
What do
So
you
that's what I'm eating
eat in your
today.
sandwiches?
just ham, some mustard, pickles sometimes if I've got
Like, do you
pickles
eat them
around.
through the day?
No, just
You sit
all at
down and
lunch.
eat
Yeah.
6 sandwiches
For
or
lunch.
3 sandwiches with 6 slices of bread?
Uh,
12 slices of bread?
12 slices of bread
Yeah.
for lunch.
Yep.
Hey, if it fits in the macros, it's
No.
fine.
Yeah, and you clearly have some type of unconventional like timing of your meals, right?
No.
Like, what else do you eat then?
11:30 in the morning, and then I'll eat all those sandwiches, and then at lunch or at dinner we'll have
A
normally
normal
it's like
dinner.
it's like
So
pasta.
you have 2 meals a day.
I'll also have
He eats
breakfast.
3.
How do you eat 6 sandwiches? I want to be young again and be able to eat 6 sandwiches.
For breakfast, normally it's like a small like egg scramble though.
Yeah.
so-
See, it's
Yeah.
a breakfast type with eggs. Yeah,
No,
so-
I know.
Sometimes it's toast with cottage cheese, so that adds to the bread.
That's
Okay.
wild.
Hey,
I know.
people are like,
You have to find what works
One of
for
the-
you.
one
I'm
of
not
the-
saying that's a bad thing at all. That's a lot of fiber.
One of the
Oof.
best, quickest meals you can eat is a sandwich.
I love a sandwich.
Right? With 2 pieces of bread.
Yeah.
Not just one.
And mustard, 0 calories. So if you like mustard,
I love mustard on a
you
sandwich.
can just load it up with mustard.
That's crazy. We're not recommending people, our 10 weekers, eat 6 sandwiches a day. Kane's been doing this for a year, and you lost a significant amount of weight. I'm not on eating 6 sandwiches a day. Right.
When did the sandwiches start? Like 3 months ago, 4
I
months
think
ago?
right after the chili.
Right after the chili?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then March is when the sandwiches started.
That's awesome.
See, there's so many different, like Nicole says, if
There
we're
is.
driving to Minneapolis, there's so many different ways to get there.
Right.
Just like our macros, where we want to have this many calories, this many carbs, this many protein. There's so many ways to get there.
Yeah.
And if Kane wants to eat 6 sandwiches
And you can
he
fit
gets
it
the
into your
macros,
day,
go for it.
there's
Yes.
nothing wrong with that. It sounds
I
like
agree.
a perfect meal plan for me.
I
I mean, I
know.
would love that.
You would, yeah.
I love sandwiches.
But it's true, and that's the thing with driving. So like Jeff and I,
Yeah.
when we drive places, like if we to drive to the gym, to each gym, we both take a different route. Like we don't go the same way. And I think and there's really no rhyme or reason. That's just how we prefer. I prefer to turn into the Target parking lot, and you prefer to drive down to Yankee Hill to get in. Like we just have our own preferences, and that's what's important about nutrition too.
Mhm.
You just have to find the route that you like. And if it's something that you can stick with consistently and still see results, then why would you change that?
I'd like to say for the record that I'm not just randomly eating 6 sandwiches. I do weigh out,
Yeah.
all the meat, all the bread.
Right. No, I know,
So-
because I know you guys are pretty analytical when it comes to that stuff. So yeah, you're making the right bread choices. You're making sure it's balanced with the protein.
You're just not eating 6 Cliff Huxtable hoagies.
Yes.
Just,
Effectively,
Show.
sometimes
Right.
he is. It depends on the day. It depends on the day.
That's
So you
so
get the
funny.
reference of
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, I was
Cosby
surprised.
Show hoagies.
Yeah, yeah, or not like 6
That you're surprised?
burgers. Well, I don't know. I don't know how many people still watch the Cosby
It's on
Show.
every day.
I know. I know. Harrison, do you watch the Cosby Show? Did you get that reference?
No, it was
See.
over my head.
See, that's why I'm
No.
used to Harrison.
When was the last show?
Huh?
When was the last
Oh,
show?
The
probably-
Cosby's?
probably
Early 2000s and
Late
in the mid-
90s.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It was now it's on reruns.
Yeah. I'll
See,
never-
we're used to Harrison. That's
He
why.
doesn't know what's going on.
We like old shows.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Like Roseanne.
Anyway, so
Man,
what
Love
does
Roseanne.
meal prep look for you then, Kirsten? I'm assuming you're not. Maybe you're eating 6
I
sandwiches
do
too,
not-
but I
I
think you
do
like a
not
little
eat
more
6
variety.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on the day, but if I know exactly what I'm gonna have for dinner and I know that it's gonna be like a lot of calories, I won't eat breakfast or I won't eat lunch. But a lot of it's pasta. Like I eat a lot of bonza noodles, and I
Mhm.
go to Costco and get those.
Yep.
You should tell them what bonza noodles are though.
Yeah. What
Really?
are bonza noodles?
People
Not
don't know what
everybody
bonza noodles
knows.
are?
So
Never
they're just
heard of
like,
them.
I mean, Kane
Really?
didn't know what it was a year and a half ago.
Good point.
That's-
No, you
I
were
guess, yeah.
eating Berea pasta noodles or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
what?
exact brand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah. So basically they're like chickpea noodles. So they're like gluten-free, high in protein. They have a bunch of different like flavors. Personally, I don't like the spaghetti. So like the long spaghetti noodles. So I don't
Okay.
eat those.
Yeah.
But all the other kinds of noodles are pretty good.
Yeah, and they're high
High
protein.
protein.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we eat those sometimes too.
It's an
They're a
orange
little
box.
cooking them is a little tricky because it gets kind of foamy, right? Do you have a
Yeah.
trick for that, or you just kind of have to learn how to do it?
I start with it at high and then I turn it down about halfway and then
Mhm.
I stir it every like minute and a half.
Okay, yeah, because chickpea flour just a little bit different, so there's a little bit of a learning curve with making that
you get
pasta.
a nice, wonderful film that will
Yeah,
boil
it's kind
over.
of weird. I am notorious for boiling over pasta. I am just the worst. I make the biggest messes.
Then you
Granted-
throw a little ice cube in there.
Ice cube helps too. Yes.
Granted,
It
Kane
does.
and I also take that like foam that's at the top and we use it to like blend the cottage cheese. So it's like
Okay,
Yeah,
little
we-
emulsifier or something.
Yeah, we
yeah.
use the pasta water in our dishes to
Yeah.
help the sauce. So
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, you guys really did kind of lean into the finding healthy alternatives to the food that you already liked, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was not about to eat grilled chicken and broccoli,
Which
for
we
a
don't
year. That was
recommend.
the last thing I
Right.
wanted. If I'm being realistic, I don't think we've ever had grilled chicken and broccoli the entire time.
I know.
Well, recently you've started liking the what is it, the Chick-fil-A grilled nuggets, and
I
we started
love
making them at
Chick-fil-A grilled
home
nuggets.
because of how expensive they are
Yeah,
at
they are.
Chick-fil-A.
Yes. So you make those with your own chicken?
Yeah.
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 And pickle juice, isn't that what you're supposed to brine them in?
Yeah,
I've
pickle
done that.
juice and milk. It's
Milk.
Yeah, pickle juice and milk.
Oh.
Yeah, about
used
half,
the
half and half. You let it
Fairlife
sit
milk.
for about 30 minutes. We use Fairlife milk.
Yeah. For a little extra protein.
Well, not just that, but lactose intolerance.
Oh,
is
yeah. Yep.
definitely a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Interesting.
so Kane, you won the $1,000, and then you guys decided to join the Farrell's National Challenge. What was kind of the reasoning behind that?
Well, I wanted Katie to
Decided is a strong word.
I
You didn't decide.
I
didn't
was
decide.
really pushing
Voluntold.
because I thought
That one.
Mhm.
I was really pushing because I thought Katie, was doing really well, and
Mhm.
we kind of wanted to stick to it anyways. I was like, let's just pay to enter the extra 1 year, and then she told me that I had to join.
That was smart. That was smart. Yep. Yeah.
So we kind of made each other.
Mhm.
We kind of encouraged each other to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So what were kind of the challenges? And I know you guys got married, so obviously that's kind of a big challenge.
That's huge.
Yes. So what were kind of the challenges over a year? Because it's a long time to be committed to something. So
Yeah.
kind of roll with that.
I know, like, for me at work, there for a while I was also bringing chili because chili is super easy to meal prep.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like my lazy food now. It sounds really bad that chili is like my lazy food.
No,
but
chili's so easy too. It's one of the things we have as a staple in our house too. Like, and I'll make it a lot. But yeah.
But like, so I'll bring it to work as like my meal prep, and my coworkers are like, chili again, again.
It's protein, carbs. There's some veggies in
It's
there.
beautiful, yeah. And then like with my family, like my family's Haitian, so a lot of their foods, like, obviously they're not measuring stuff when they're cooking because they're cooking for like a small army.
Yeah.
And so my dad will be like, "Oh, I made this. You want to try some?" And I'm like, "I can't. It doesn't fit into my calories." And he's like, "Oh, right. You're doing that weight loss thing." And as much as I love my dad, that was really hard to have to tell him no a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
That's
a big challenge.
Yeah, that is one of the biggest challenges I think that both of us have had over the last year, is having to go to social events where not everything is easily tracked, and kind of being like, well, are we just kind of guessing for the rest of the day? Or,
Right. Yeah.
Not really being able to have that kind of control over your own meal of the day. Yeah.
Yep. Or having to be that person saying no all the time.
Or
yeah.
that buzzkill at work. Everyone's like, oh, there's pizza in the break room. You're like,
sorry, can't have it.
No thanks.
No, thank you.
I know. I wish that we could somehow change that culture a little bit, because it is kind of frustrating to see how businesses, corporations, and stuff like use food as an incentive for
As a
their
motivator.
employees. Yeah, I
As a
know.
motivator,
And
for
it's
sure.
kind of, I don't know. It's kind of backwards a little bit, and then you end up
Mhm.
being like the black sheep because you're not eating. Because I remember we used to work in a corporate
Yeah.
setting, and I remember when we had donuts in the office, that being like a constant battle in my head of like, okay, I just need to get through this day and not eat any donuts. If I leave and there's still a donut there, maybe I'll just have half of one, and I would think about it all day long. And I don't think businesses really always understand the noise in people's heads around that stuff.
I had a lot of coworkers at my previous job where their community making, like the way that they treated other people nicely, was like gifting food. And so it was a lot of like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll eat it when I get home, and then you can maybe fit it in. But a lot of times it'd be like, well, no, I want you to eat it right now in front of me and tell me it's good.
I
It's
made
like,
this for you. I want you to
it's like,
appreciate it.
oh, okay.
Mm.
Thanks.
Granted,
I know.
your team at your other job was really small, so they did a really good job of like
Accommodating.
not just accommodating, but like once they saw the actual like results for you, they started trying themselves too.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Being a good influence on the people around you. Yeah. So that's good. And so you were planning a wedding. You were still going to school, both of you.
Yeah.
You finished your bachelor's degree too.
Yeah, I
within this last year?
You started in
January of last year, and then I
Okay.
graduated in October.
Yeah.
I kind of rushed. It was like a rush program.
Mhm.
So.
But it's still over
Accelerated.
the whole first 10 months of your annual
Yeah.
challenge.
Yep.
That's a ton of stuff to cram into a year alone, let alone
Mhm.
then trying to make this, physical transformation also.
So Kirsten, as you were having your transformation, how many times did you need your wedding dress altered?
I started that process in like February. We got married in June.
Okay.
Mm.
And I think I went in and saw her like 6 times and tried on my dress.
Yeah.
And even when I picked it up and was like, there's no time to do any more alterations. Like that's when they finally were like, oh, well, I guess we'll hope for the best. And it took 2 people to like fully get it because they changed the back from a zipper to a corset. And so it took my mom and my aunt trying to like fully pull it tight as it could go for it to even like mildly stay up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which
Wasn't
is
that
the-
a good feeling?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because
I
you've
know.
like lost so many inches like off your waist, and
Yeah.
it's like instead of like trying to be like, oh, I gotta just
Suck it in.
just
Yeah.
pull it tight, so it,
Right.
it's like, how do we get this dress to stay up? Not
I
because
know.
you've gained weight, because
Yeah.
you've lost so much weight.
It's complicated, as they say.
Yeah, definitely complicated.
Yeah, because you're spending a lot of money on that too. So
Yeah,
you're
that's
just
true.
Like, yeah,
That's true.
No,
And
yes.
it's sad because I bought it in July of 22.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
And
yeah.
I had it in September, so I tried it on in September. It fit perfectly, and then we started barrels.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
All right.
it is in the long run. That's a good thing, but in
All
the
right.
short term, it was probably.
We're gonna go to break. We'll keep the
Mhm.
conversation going when we get back. So stay with us on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round. And their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
It's pro time, Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, are about to hit the court. Mark your calendars for January 24th at 7 p.m. when we host the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Witness world-class talent, including national champions and Olympians. Don't wait. Secure your single match tickets today at supernovas.com and become a part of history.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hello, everybody. It's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear that new Honda manufacturing continues to go up, and you have new Hondas in stock now.
That's correct, Charlie. We have more than 40 new Hondas in stock right now. It's great that a customer can come in and buy a new Honda and drive it home that day. New Honda inventory keeps getting better each month.
Okay, then. How about used cars, Andy?
We have more than 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from right now, and a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in daily. We have just about every maker model you can imagine in any price range.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
I used to be a weight guy. I used to love
You
weight.
ain't never been a weight guy. That's a lie.
Let me tell you something.
You've
I
never
was
been
in
a weight guy.
I was in a 300-pound club
No,
in
sir.
high school.
No,
Yes.
sir. Are you kidding
Yes.
me? That 315 pounds would have sent him through he'd have been 6 feet
Bob.
under trying to figure out how
Bob.
to get up out that hole.
That's how many
you
guys-
ain't never been nowhere near that platform to get up there for lifter of the year. You.
I don't want to be lifter of the year. I
So
want to be
how
the
in
player of the year. You want to be a lifter of the year when you want to be the player of the year. Nobody care about weight.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in, Fitness Fanatics. We're joined in studio here by with Kane and Kirsten Olsen. They just wrapped up their National Ferals Challenge, and I wanted to throw out some statistics for you guys. So Kane, in his basically the National Challenge is your 10 weeks, and then 1 year after your 10 weeks ends. So in his National Challenge, he lost 45 inches, 65.6 pounds, and 17% body fat.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
awesome. And I
Yeah.
have his picture. Now you can't see his picture, but I have
shared
it.
it
I'm
on our
looking at-
Instagram.
Oh, okay, you did. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So awesome job. And when I look at this picture, I'm like, I don't remember you looking like this. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I just don't.
I know.
Like, so weird because we see you guys. I mean, almost every day for the last year and 10 weeks, and it was just like, and I'm sure when you look at your picture too, you're like, I don't remember seeing that guy. I mean, maybe you do remember that. So how's the feeling? We'll start with you and then I'll get to your stats, Kirsten. So when you look reflecting back and you look at that guy that started in October of 2022 versus what you are now.
I have some of the older photos of me at like my job and stuff like that. And I still, back when I was working there, I had the same uniform as I wore the same uniform every day.
Right.
So I look back at those photos and I'm like, I do not remember being that round in my face.
Yeah.
For the longest time, they rebadge everyone. So I had like an ID badge with my face on it, and it was just this wearing this exact coat I'm wearing now. It's a red Husker jacket, with just like a super puffy face, and it's like, wow, I have slimmed down quite
That
a
like
bit.
daily reminder of
Yep.
yeah. I agree that and then I knew that with your national challenge, because you guys both kind of wore a lot of the same clothes most of your year challenge too. But so I knew like when we were going to take your after picture, your final picture, Kane, I was like, well, I mean, he just wears like baggy clothes all the time, but I'm like, I know there's some, changes under there
Yeah.
that we just haven't seen. So it was really an amazing transformation. But yeah, just like Jeff, I rarely remember how people looked like in that initial before picture until we're putting those pictures together. And it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
all
Even
that
when we
work.
see members from like a long time ago, like I remember in Altoona, Carrie Hartle had her picture up on.
Yeah.
We had our instructors put like not their before pictures, but maybe some candid
Just progress,
photos.
but yeah.
So when members walked in and be like, well, here's our instructors. I mean, look where they started. Wow, I can't believe that's them. I didn't even know who she was in her before picture.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's this? That's Carrie, one of our instructors.
Right.
Would have never even known
Yeah.
that was her just
Yep.
from her transformation.
Mhm.
So Kirsten, in your transformation, you lost 106 pounds
Mhm.
and you dropped 72 inches. And I think your waist measurement was the one where I was like, holy smokes, as you had lost like 24, 25, 26 inches off your waist.
Mhm.
It's like 2 feet.
Which is huge from a health standpoint too.
Yes,
That's the most
yes.
important kind of weight loss statistic.
Yeah. So
from a health
reflect back
standpoint.
on your year-long journey and kind of like what
And I
Kane
will
just
say,
did.
Kirsten, definitely your wardrobe did kind of upgrade as the year went. Yeah, you could
that's-
tell.
That is your fault.
I know it's my fault.
It is your fault.
It was the workout pants.
It
She
was the workout
influenced. That's we're both wearing
Yes,
CVG pants
yes.
right now.
The workout pants.
But that makes I can't even say that about you because you're extremely outgoing. So it's not like you were ever kind of the wallflower of the gym. You were always out there talking to people and stuff like that. But then you start to see just that confidence
Mhm.
kind of come out as far as what you're wearing and stuff like that. But yeah, so when you saw kind of that year transformation, what did you think? Beyond being hard on yourself, which I know you kind of were at the end.
Yeah. I mean,
as we all can be.
Yeah, it was definitely like looking at a different person. And I really, for the most part, I really only see it in my face. I don't know if it's just like the way I look at myself, but like for the most part, I see a lot of the change mostly just in my face and like in my hands. Cause I know I had my ring resized twice.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and that's true too, as far as when you lose that much weight, like it's kind of sometimes hard to tell in a picture because you just become a smaller version of yourself. Like you're the same person, you're just smaller. And so sometimes in pictures, that can be hard to see because the aspect kind of stays the same of the picture. But I mean, I can tell anybody who looks at your picture sees a vast change from the beginning, the first picture to the end. But we're always going to be kind of our hardest critic too when we look at that
And
stuff.
I do remember your first week, I was teaching lower body day.
Oh, and me laying on the floor
Yes.
trying not to take a nap.
Just your it's weird because I don't remember when I look at your before picture, I don't remember you at that time, but I remember the very first leg day that you were at, it was just like you were laying on the floor. And I was just thinking, she's probably just like, what am I doing here? Like questioning because we were doing legs and it was the first week. We're like working outer and inner
literally
thighs.
just gotten off work and was like trying not to fall asleep. I was trying. I really did. I promise. I wasn't just taking it out.
And I think it was just like 2 of you in class. So it was just me and
like
the 2 of you.
8:30 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was nowhere to hide. Like they were both right up front.
Yep.
But I just remember you laying on the mat like,
Why am I here?
What am I doing? What is happening right
And
now?
look at you now.
It's
you
just
know?
a funny story that I remember.
Over 100 pounds down and
Yes.
all the great stuff that came from that. Yeah.
And then so What was kind of we talked about this a couple weeks ago about one of your main reasons that you wanted to start and lose some weight?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it had to do with like the future and like mine and Kane's future and like having kids and like my own health because I don't have a thyroid. So like that already throws me a lot. Like
Mhm.
not having a thyroid and not having a thyroid hormone,
Yeah.
it's already increasing my weight and it, you know, um, limits me more than I realized. And so just trying to go from being that, like, unhealthy person and, like, weighing because I think I started at, like, what, almost 360 was, like, my heaviest.
Yeah.
And then now I'm actually in a range where, like, having kids is, like, a possibility for me now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not like a barrier like we were talking about.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna, we all can have barriers to success and some things you can control and some things you can't control, but that's something that you can control. And it's not even necessarily, I mean, the weight loss is the side effect of it. I mean, it's a positive side effect, but it's just being more active, being more healthy, being more intentional with what you're eating. All of that is just going to help everything else be more efficient in your body. Then
Mhm.
that makes it easier for our bodies to do, those basic kind of things too. So the thyroid is something you're always going to be kind of swimming upstream
Yeah.
about, but that doesn't mean you can't take control in other ways. And I think sometimes that is what holds people back, where you just think, well, I'm already struggling from this. So it makes everything seem harder. And that's where, we talk about fitness. We'll talk about like everybody has the same 24 hours in a day and no excuses and stuff like that. But the reality is, fitness is like a mountain for people. And some of us, we just have bigger mountains to climb. You know what I mean? And your mountain is always going to be bigger and
Yeah.
more rugged terrain because you already have this, medical condition that is out of your control. So the more that you can control the things you can control, it's just going to help kind of in the long run.
Yeah.
That's a good.
I know my mom she made the joke, that because I had, Graves' disease, which is a hyperthyroidism, and she said that I should have started it a year before because that really would have significantly helped my weight loss.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
with the hyperthyroidism,
It's the other way around.
It's the other way around,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. But that's also not good for your body
No.
either.
No,
That's,
it's not.
so yeah. Yes and no. You're still kind of running, full speed into a brick wall when it comes to that either way. So
Which I've seen people do. It's
Yeah.
not
Yep. And you guys are really young. So like now's the best time. Like I'm going to tell you right now, Kane, you're not going to be able to eat 6 sandwiches a day forever. Like when you're
Oh.
40, you're not going to be able to eat 6 sandwiches a day.
I
You
mean,
you fit those 6 sandwiches in as long as you possibly can. But there's going to be a point where you might not be able to do that anymore. But you're still taking control of your health in the way that works for you right now. So do that. Eat your 6 sandwiches as long as you possibly can. Enjoy them. Your 6 macro friendly,
Yeah,
portion
hey, it fits in there.
controlled. Yeah. Low calorie, high fiber bread and lean meat sandwiches.
Well, and the cool thing is you guys have done this the right way,
Mhm.
the healthy way by not doing anything extreme, just changing bad habits to good habits.
Yeah. I
That's-
would much rather have a conversation with you about eating 6 sandwiches a day than about starving yourself for a year. You know what I mean? Like that's just the best kind of way to do it. And I wish more people would
Mhm.
kind of look at it that way.
Well, I'd kind of mentioned that, when I was eating that one potato a day,
Mhm. Yes.
that really was me just starving myself, and I did end up losing the weight,
Obviously.
but clearly, you guys saw my before picture. I gained it all back,
Right. It didn't
and
work in
more.
the long run. You were basically living the potato famine from whenever.
Yeah.
Like
I
putting
mean-
yourself in your own
And
famine.
I had only done that because I wanted to go on this like hike in New Mexico. So I got the goal, but it was a very short term
Yeah.
thing.
At what cost?
Yeah.
Kind of that rebound. But that's true. I would much rather talk about you eating 6 sandwiches than eating 1 potato. So thank goodness you've moved on from the 1 potato a day for the day. Yeah. Happy about that for sure.
He was on the all carb diet.
The one carb.
The
day.
one
It wasn't
carb,
even
yeah.
all carbs. I mean, it
One
was
carb.
all carbs, but it was just one carb.
Sometimes they
a
throw
day.
like salsa on there, you know.
Yeah.
Salsa, yeah,
Some
for sure.
veggies.
And he was like 16. I mean, so
Yeah.
like, look at what Ben eats. Like,
I know.
You guys, I mean,
I know.
you just eat. Some people are just, at that age. So we try to tell Ben, like, you're not going to be able to eat Culver's every day when
For
you
the
get
rest
older.
of your life.
Yeah.
I
Or
know.
like when he's home from winter break, it's just, have you eaten anything today? Yeah, I had
Some Doritos. I know. Must be
17-year-olds,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
All
Must
right.
be
Well,
nice.
we're going to go to break and then we'll be right back. We'll wrap up this episode with Kane and Kirsten. So stay with us. 97
Integrated
Ticket.
Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Hello, everybody. It's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear that new Honda manufacturing continues to go up, and you have new Hondas in stock now.
That's correct, Charlie. We have more than 40 new Hondas in stock right now. It's great that a customer can come in and buy a new Honda and drive it home that day. New Honda inventory keeps getting better each month.
Okay, then. How about used cars, Andy?
We have more than 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from right now, and a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in daily. We have just about every maker model you can imagine in any price range.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
A smoke-free environment is the only way to fully protect from the dangers of secondhand smoke. That's why smoke-free policies are so important to me. Whether it's in my car, apartment building, or when I'm dining outdoors, there's no place for secondhand smoke or e-cigarette aerosol. Breathe easier knowing the facts. Visit smokefree.ne.gov. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
Nutrition Authority presents Activator. University studies have shown that Activator helps with building muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Activator is for male and females of all ages who want to look, feel, and perform their best. Activator can only be found in Nutrition Authority. Stop in, call, or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. This week, there's a sale for ticket listeners only. If you say Go Big Red, you'll get all natural pork loin back ribs for just $1.99 per pound with a limit of 2 racks. That's at Fairway Meat Market for the ticket listener sale, now through January 21st in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
If Ewers throws that ball to the front pylon, Texas might have tied that game up and had a chance to win it.
That moment right there, it's one of those moments that every young man dreams about. There's 2 outcomes in that moment. You're a gamer or you tense up.
You're a gamer, you're a goner.
Or you're a goner.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in here. Final segment for this episode. Just want to have you guys give some advice. If we have any listeners out there that are like, where do I start? What do I do? Like, there's no, like, we might have some people like Kirsten, you were 360 pounds and you could have been like, I don't know where to start. Like, I can't relate with you because I didn't ever weigh 360 pounds.
You've never had to lose 100 pounds.
So I haven't been in your shoes before. So what's some advice you can give to, if anybody's out there listening, they just don't think that they're just not sure what to do. Like, what are some simple things that they can do just to get started on their journey?
I don't know if I'd necessarily say, because there's not really a simple way to get started. I think a lot of where we started was, let's not fixate on what we have to eat. Like, all we did was think about like the kinds of like protein and like carbs and stuff that we were eating. And we were like, how can we take what we already are eating, the things that we already have in our house, and adjust it so they fit within like our macros. So I think that probably that mindset of, I have to change, I'm on a diet. I think changing that mindset of I'm on a diet, because you're not on a diet. You are eating to survive. You're not eating for fun. We're not, like you're not on a diet. You're changing your lifestyle.
Going off the not eating for fun, we did buy a ice cream machine.
We did
for
get a
a
Ninja
while.
Creamy.
I was eating ice cream for dinner
For fun.
For
That's fun.
For fun.
Yeah.
So,
With that, now they were healthy though.
It was like the Fairlife protein drink.
Yeah, we have a Ninja Creamy too. Jeff does not make healthy ones, but I do make healthy.
I mean, I'd throw in like Oreos into them and stuff.
But even still, a lot of that fit within your macros. So
100%.
even, I mean, like you can still eat things that are like very flavorful and like that you enjoy, but not make it so it's like a, going to like Amigos or like Rusty Taco and like, like gorging yourself, I guess is like the best word to use.
Yeah, I think sometimes people think that, okay, I'm going on a diet, so they go into their kitchen and throw everything out that's in their kitchen.
There's no
You
need
don't
to
have
that.
to do
Don't
that.
do that.
Yeah.
Don't throw away everything.
You're just
that's
adjusting.
That's a waste of money.
Right. Adjusting what you have now to fit into your new lifestyle, and then slowly bring in new things. Right.
I know for what, at least what I started with was just just tracking stuff.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning, it wasn't even like, oh, I have, I want to weigh 175 pounds in muscle mass and I've got to eat this much protein. It was just, all right, well, I ate a sandwich and I'm just going to weigh it out. Or I ate a Jimmy Dean's breakfast microwavable sandwich. I'm just going to, take a screenshot of the macros and track that.
Yeah, it's important to know where you're starting from.
Yeah.
There's no point in overhauling everything if you are already if we're eating 3 or 4 meals a day and 2 of those meals can already fit really well into your day and your macros, then focus on that one meal where it kind of goes off the rails and then pare
how you
that
can
down.
adjust it.
Yeah. I mean, it really, like you said, it's not easy, but it doesn't have to be complicated either.
I think the other thing is you kind of have to be ready to do
Yes.
that. And I know, like in my video, I straight up say that I wasn't ready to start, and but I did it because I had someone who was there with me that was ready, and in a way that kind of became like a competition for me. But you really have to kind of be ready to like do something about where you're at. Like if you hate the fact that you're walking up the stairs and you're huffing and puffing when you just like take 2 steps, like, are you ready? Does that mean that you're ready? Is that the thing that's gonna kick you into gear? And then on top of it, like knowing what your plan is. Cause like we went to Planet Fitness for the longest time, had no idea what was going on. So I think having like the class times and someone to like be there and encourage you is the other thing that really helped us a lot.
I like the community aspect of it quite a bit. Yeah.
Which is really ironic because I think you've ever said like maybe 5 words in
That's
the gym.
I'm
You're
more,
very quiet.
I'm more
He's
of
a
like
watcher.
a watcher.
I know.
He likes to be seen. Like, here I am.
99% of my interactions with Kane is Kirsten being like, "Did you ask her?" And then
It's not wrong. I think
No.
that's exactly what happened on Thursdays.
It did. It just happened. I know. And I'm just like, I'm not a mean person. I don't know why.
It's
Why?
not a reflection on you.
I know.
I just
it's
don't
not.
talk to people.
I know. You are very quiet, and I appreciate that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just really funny. But that's what's great about finding something that you like, because you guys have 2 very different personalities, and you were able to both find success, like in your own way, doing the program, doing it the way that works for you. So I think that's what's been really cool about your journeys.
Yeah, and also something that's cool is a lot of the amount of people that have started from you guys, because now you've had these awesome transformations and people see that, and now you're
Inspired.
you're inspiring other people to now change their life, and that's just kind of the whole circle of ferals. It's just something really cool to see all the time.
Yep. Yeah. Awesome.
All right.
All right.
Well, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much
Yeah.
for getting up early today and joining us. We appreciate it so much. We'll be back next week with you guys in studio on the Fitness Fanatics. Have a great week. Hopefully the weather's better this week.
Yep.
We'll see you next time. Have a good one.